Thank you. You know, I really appreciate all the mail you folks send me. My wife, Ruth, has brought some of those letters with her today, and I hope you'll find my answers interesting and useful. Okay, Ruth, who's the first letter from?
This letter comes from Fort Worth. My wife and I love each other, but we do argue some. This worries me, because a neighbor says he and his wife have never had an argument in 40 years.
What do you think of that? No argument in 40 years. How terribly dull life must be for those people. They never had the exquisite joy of making up, and that's one of the greatest happinesses in this world, making up. Can you imagine two minds so apathetic and listless as to emit no sparks in 40 long years? Some arguing, well, let's call it discussion, can even do you both good, make stronger people of you. But don't forget, compose your differences every day and keep on loving each other.
Norman, I think some of the best times we've ever had together have been those times when we had discussions and whetted our minds one against the other.
Of course, the trouble in that case is you always win the argument.
Oh, no, that's not true. We'll return with another letter after this word. This young lady writes from Idaho. I desire a stage career, but feel I cannot have one because there is nothing outstanding about me physically. What should I do?
Why, the answer to that is come alive in your personality. That's where real charm is to be found. You know something? One of the greatest entertainers I ever saw was a plain, almost homely woman. Her name was Edith Piaf. But she gave her audience all she had. That's a secret. All she had of vivacity, personality, and enthusiasm. And she swept that crowd off their feet. So you just develop your personality to its full potential. If you release your inner charm, and you've got plenty of it, it may ultimately reflect itself in a new physical attractiveness, for that matter.
Norman, I'd like to add that when we saw this entertainer, she didn't even have on an attractive dress. Do you remember that?
Yeah, it hung sort of like a sack. And no jewelry either, but she had vitality and zest and charm as a result. Well, I hope these questions and answers will be helpful to you, and that you'll keep on writing to me. Do it today. Write to Norman Vincent Peale, care of this station, and we'll answer as many letters as possible on the air.